Hello, this is Josh Pasmore doing a quick rundown on the resource campaign. And now we will go to our presentation. So here's our plan. We have a technology round, which right now we are in, and this is 155,000 needed in total. We have a ROI plus mini bonuses going on, and we have a whole presentation for this we can show you. Then we get into the community development, the larger sustainable tech, and EcoCity. All these have been started and are ready to go. So step 1, 2, 3, and 4. And what this is a resource campaign. So we're asking the world for, through a crowdsource, through a Kickstarter basically, for resources versus fiat currency. We developed connections with 148 new paradigm companies. Some provide mapping, community building, sustainable city developers, tech, whole systems design, much more. We're using these connections to launch one of the world's largest marketing campaign and funneling people into the portal. And we are starting to create a new currency that leads us towards contributionism. We're building 2 crowdfunding ventures with the help of the 148 companies. Now this is going to involve a consortium, and so we are already started on that. That's actually, the consortium has not gotten up and going yet. This will be a part of our contracts with companies, with landowners. This all needs to be put into place, exactly what we're doing, how we're doing it, matching. Our experience points, you can call it a cryptocurrency, but it's not what you think of as a cryptocurrency. It leads us towards contributionism, like we said. Tribe Match is a system we have up and going, and we can filter people in. As soon as we launch, we'll be matching people. We'll be gaining our early adopters and our funders right away off of this, and our end users. So basically, we can launch these villages just by matching people that are ready with their own cash. And it's not necessarily a village. We have full potential activation centers, training centers, and some different things that are a part of this whole interaction. And then events going up and going worldwide. So we are setting up the groundwork for the new paradigm. We're setting up the landowners that are ready to pitch in. We're setting up the investors, getting everyone ready to build out the new Earth. Started with Standing Rock, actually, believe it or not, a lot of this co-creative movement, which is what we're talking about here. We became part of the Conscious Media Coalition. We decided to create a positive media and green tech alliance from there. 148 companies got aligned. We created a couple of these different companies, the New Paradigm Groundwork, and from here we're doing a resource and a philanthropist request. This is the other half of this. And then we have the New Paradigm Alliance. Actually, this is now being called the Full Potential Alliance. All right, the resource request. We're asking for land, machinery, real estate. So basically what it is a push to the whole world, saying through the 148 companies, through all of our marketing channels, on the same page, same video, contracts signed, levels of access signed, everyone very clear. And understanding from the world who has Mondays available at their house for new paradigm pioneers, who has a piece of land they want to turn into a village or a training center, who wants to start to group together. So we're matching ourselves and we're regrouping a new tribe. It's an exodus. And then we're doing a philanthropist request. This is to gain the database of the philanthropists worldwide that want to be a part of this. So with all of our networks, I feel like this is we're gonna have a really good base here. We're just basically saying to the world, look, we need villages, training centers, activation centers, everything. Now we're ready. The systems are ready. Let's go. Total of 345 million. We're asking, and let's just see how that gets, how that pans through. What we expect with the first round. From the development of the first round, we expect to have our philanthropist request done. We're asking for 250 million. I'm sorry, those numbers changed. It was 345. The resource request is we're expecting for resources to have 20,000 plus available places worldwide. And I think it's going to be much more than that, to be honest with you. Plus other resources donated. Remember, we're going to have a much bigger database of people that want to sell their lands, that kind of are sitting on the borders, wanting to participate. And these we can all have a system to pass off to our investors that help us early on these early stages. This is part of our payback. Tribe match. 10,000 people matched at 100,000 wanting to invest in New Paradigm. That's $1 billion just there, end users. And then events going worldwide. This is masterminds, trainings, workshops, festivals, all of this helping people step into this new planet. And so here's the problem. People are, even if we do all this, people are not ready to inhabit the spaces. So we match them, and then we start to send them through the matching and then through events that are geared towards gaining harmony, finding their true teams. It's like on a world level, we're all heading the same thing as long as we're under a universal agreement set. We have the same master plan. And then the next steps that we're on is basically the project that we're on. If it's building the foundation of the house, then that's your team, your group, if that's what you're devoted to, if that's your purpose. And so that's who you'll be working on the next steps with. So, we like to say it's around 6 people that you can actually interact with daily and keep track of progress and communicate with effectively. And then the rest of the bigger picture, that's the world vision. That's what we're all heading towards together. But we've got to do the work together. If we're just sitting there by ourselves and we're not on a team right now, we're 80% less effective. Plus, a lot less effective if we're actually not even cohesing with anyone. So this is how our portal looks. We have all these companies coming in, bringing all these different people in. It's a consortium. It's like we have the best scientists. If we were building a green car manufacturing consortium, we would have the best scientist and create the best car. In this case, we're doing whole systems design consortium, creating the best villages, minimum viable product, scalable for city solutions and future solutions, so that we can have people show up and say, I want to invest everything because this is freaking amazing. And so each company runs a media campaign that leads users into the training matrix. So they get trained. Obviously, if you're going to jump on a team, you need to know how that works, how we're working together. These new organizational structures that we have this under, the consortium, allows people to work together in teams, no hierarchy. So they're matched, trained, placed into the project. And a company can actually even come into this. This is the great part of this, is this is designed to bring people from consortium level to kind of interacting on this for that trade-off level in these silos into actually being able to regroup their whole company. So if they're different green car manufacturers, they would actually regroup and create the supercar, and they would just start working on that once that, the profits for that are obviously going to overtake all their other sales at some point, and they're going to just ditch the old car and step into the teamwork. So this is an example of the different projects and groups that we might have to start, as we build this out, and it'll change. And then these things are creating experiences, workshops and villages, so it's kind of how we end up all living in the same currency. And we're also running a declaration of agreements right now, which allows people to have these universal agreement sets, space agreements. These will be space agreements. The universal agreements will be this whole group. And if it's a different group, it'll still be the same stuff, but they might have a different set of master plan, different world vision, different way of working together. And so this is all part of the matching process. The way we look at it is you can only worry about those around you and leave a roadmap for the rest. As soon as you start, if you have everything, true wealth, happiness, peace, purpose, and everyone around you has true wealth, anything more is just a distraction. If you're out there trying to get more money and change the world, you're actually worried about people that are outside of your immediate sphere, And so it's better to just show how, work with those around you, show the roadmap, show how awesome of momentum you can build, and then allow other people the roadmap to do that themselves. That's the idea. We don't want to clean up oil after someone that keeps spilling it, and we can't solve all the world problems, but we can create a system that does not produce those problems. And as people catch on to this, we change the currency, we change everything. This is how villages have been started in the past. It doesn't work. This is the slavery culture that we all came and grew up on, and this is what the money system supports. We want synergy, collaboration, shared values, trust, reciprocation, allies for life. And so Tribe Match is a piece of that. We helps us find our tribe. It matches people to each other, organizations to each other, people to events, workshops, and villages. Here's a little sneak peek at the app. And this is the contact. So what we're looking for now is a solid team to come in here. And we have some of our own currency that is going to be accepted by these retreat centers that we're launching here. So it's not fully ready yet. And we're actually looking for some early adopters that are either willing to do the work and pitch in as a team, put the company in the fold, add prizes for our resource campaigns that people can pick up, and or cash, help us pay people to get this done and get return. There's plenty of returns like we saw here. It's not a question of the returns. This is actually the most, I've been doing business plan funding for 13 years. This is the most efficient way to create a giant change in the world and also a giant amount of cash, which will be put into a closed loop system and won't be leaky. So this is an all-inclusive plan. It includes a currency that gets us into contributionism and out of the slavery culture. Appreciate you listening, and please contact us for more details. Thank you.